And good evening from around the world, everybody. I am so freaking glad to be here. It has been a minute, so I just wanted to pop in. Like, what's up? Yes, on key right away. I believe if that is in fact a new chat, or if that it's a previous chat. It's a previous chat. Reacting too quickly to things before this whole thing with OBS is total insanity. I guess I could have waited 5 more minutes. I officially said I was going to start at 11:30, but it's 11:25 now. But that's kind of the fun of it, right? Is sometimes you show up a little bit after the stuff is already scheduled to go live, and other times you surprise everyone with a little bit of an early, 5 minutes early stream after being gone for like a whole week. Yeah, OBS a little buggy with the chat. I'll have to catch up on this stuff as we kind of go along. But yeah, today I am learning Fusion 360, which I'm very excited about. I'm also going to make one of these things, which is cool. I'll explain more about that in a minute. But yeah, yes, Ankit is Herdy. You have arrived. Hello, hello. Good to see you. All right, cool. So now that verifies that the chat is needs to be connected and updated. Because my little OBS thing isn't updating with the chat. I can always just peek over there at the actual official, interface. Ankit, how's the music volume? Is it good? Hopefully not too loud, but you can still hear it. Kind of cruising, vibing. Chat. Yo, chat. Let me see if I can just refresh. What if I reconnect? Disconnect, reconnect. Do it. Do it. Reconnect. Give me my chat. Yes! Brother Light Productions! I'm alive. Oh, you cannot hear it. Well, then obviously that needs to get fixed. Why would that not be showing up? AJ lives. Why is that not? Maybe if I remove it and re-add it then. Oh, now you can. Okay, sweet. Great. Darren Visuals, hello. I've been mad managing the stuff. So I was telling you guys about a sort of a secret project that I've been working towards. I think that it officially gets announced in 3 days, August 1st or so. I'm gonna be doing there's a reason I'm doing 3D software today, and there's a reason I'm learning Fusion 360. Historically, there are other 3D softwares I've used that are more rudimentary for doing 3D models, and I'm gonna be making a concerted effort through August and I think into September to make some cool camera accessories and things. And I think that I think that we're gonna have to do like oh well, hey, totally, yeah. Focus on the road. Focus on the road, AJ. Thanks for popping in too, and listening to this during today's stream. I'm gonna turn down my headphones a little bit. This music is sweet, but maybe a little loud in the mix for me. But if it's right for you guys, then I'm happy with that. But yeah, I've taken on a few other some projects and things, and I am super pumped. Maybe we'll lower the volume just a little bit, maybe about 5% more. But yeah, I'm like, oh man, I might be doing some studio management soon. I'm helping someone build a studio up. There's a studio, a separate studio that focuses on a lot of vertical video stuff, and I went out and gave them some insight on Blackmagic shooting and using full frame sensors to do like vertical shooting on a full frame sensor, because for those of us who are nerds that love to obsess over the like numerical values and whatever measurements and things, fun fact, if you take a full frame sensor 24x36 and cut that in half vertically, right, then you take one of those halves, which is now basically 24 by 18 right? You could call it 24 by 16 if you want, which is another 2:3 aspect ratio. Turn that outside, now you have Super 35 or APS-C sensor. And then if you take that and cut it in half and turn that half on its side, you basically have Micro Four Thirds. So that's how you get the 1/2 or the 1.5x and the 2x crop ratio on lenses. So yeah, anyone that is shooting with Super 35 and turning your camera on its side for maximum sensor coverage for vertical video, you have pretty much the exact same sensor coverage that you would have, sensor size, if you were to shoot full sensor open gate and then crop vertically. So that's what I went over to a very cool studio here in Glendale, California. I sort of chatted with them about that, and yeah, I'm kind of getting involved in a lot of these live recorded discussion interviews and things where people are like in studio environments doing yeah, just live interviews and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm sort of advising on a lot of guys for setting up their vertical and horizontal captures simultaneously. But I also want to show you guys this, see if this works or if I'm totally gonna end up biffing this. Bam. Hey, huzzah, it's working. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, so that's where I've been doing that. I also went to Open Sauce, which was super fun. Big nerd convention. I got to meet, I mean, everybody was there from, like, honestly, it's kind of wild because it's like a big nerd convention. Oh, my hair got all stupid. I shouldn't have messed with it. It's a big nerd convention, but like, obviously, you know, Michael from Vsauce was there, and I'm sure I use more recent projects sure than Vsauce, but that's what I originally know him from. Hank Green was there, which is super cool. I got to meet Mr. Big Money Salvia himself. And yeah, basically like Eric Hofstad, I got to meet him and shake his hand and chat with him for a minute. He was so funny. I was like, do you have like robots or get into making stuff? And he's like, oh no, I don't have robots, but they're cool. I like them. And we had I was filming a project where my buddy like did turned a 3D printer into a battle bot. So it was like zipping around and like chopping an axe at other people and stuff. So it was cool. Other robots. Ankit says, isn't Autodesk one of the really expensive NLEs that's only used for major budget movies? Actually, yeah, fun fact. Ankit, so there's like a plugin or a module that I think it's either a physics engine module or it's a skin texture thing that has to do with whatever. Like that was actually developed for Maya for whichever one of the there's like a trash can outside. It's like super distracting. Whichever of the Terminator movies had old Arnold Schwarzenegger fighting young Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the young Arnold Schwarzenegger 3D character that has to like do battle with him, they like made this new like rendering module for Maya specifically for that scene, and the module is called Arnold. So like if you look up like 3D modeling software Arnold, that was actually made specifically for that, and it's a part of like the Maya or something. Yeah. So like it is super expensive. Maya and Arnold Autodesk stuff is definitely, when it comes to 3D space for movies and television and whatnot, it is basically like top tier. It's like industry standard stuff. However, what I'm using this for today is creating 3D models for 3D printing. I don't want to watch this guy. I want to figure this out myself. I want to gum through it. So let's see here. If I'm going to do part design and jump right into a new thing, let's see if I can figure this out on my own. Oh, Lord, this looks complicated already. So we'll see. Yeah, Autodesk Arnold. It's pretty cool. It's like a cool fun fact. I was talking to the guys that do 3D printing stuff and all the design for robots and things, and I was like, fun fact, this thing about Autodesk. But yeah, a lot of these guys are using Autodesk. I used to use SketchUp before it was bought by Google, and then it became Google SketchUp Pro, and then I think that someone else owns it now. That thing has changed hands a few times. But yeah, so I'm more used to SketchUp, which is like really, really, really rudimentary, but I keep being told that I gotta check out Fusion. So here I am, and I hope that I can. Oh goodness, what is this? Oh yeah, it's rotate. And I have to like have another window open this whole time. I'm just like googling shortcuts and things. Because I don't make you guys watch me watch the tutorial though. That might be helpful for everybody. Expand assistant capabilities. No thanks. Whatever that is. Don't help me with anything. All right, let's create a surface, shall we? Can I make a plane? Let's make a basic plane in space. I will extrude after I have a sweet plane in space. I'm just gonna, you guys are just watching me gump through this thing. And then by the end of this, hopefully I have a cool thing that I can just create and actually 3D print. It would be so cool if I could like make a thing here on the stream, like learn this enough. Oh yeah, auto smoke. Oh yeah, smoke's a massively expensive one. Yeah. Oh, it's discontinued. Interesting. Yeah, there's like nuke, there's smoke, there's all sorts of stuff. Okay, what's my oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, like that. Create. Let's start with a box. Why not? Yeah. Lordy. Boom. Make a box here? Okay. That's like wonky. Yeah, let's make a... Oh. Okay. Okay, we're figuring it out. Oh, it's like you scroll forward on the thing to zoom out and scroll back to zoom in. That's kind of interesting. I can just pull. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. Okay, I feel that. I don't have to press anything. So if I say 0.5, ooh, okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, okay, those were just the settings to like make the box in the first place. You guys get to watch me. This is like, I know they're like, you know, streamers and YouTubers do this thing where they'll be like, whoa, reacting to something crazy in real time that they definitely know about already, and they're like, you know, not figuring out first, you know, whatever. But you guys are watching, be like, whoa, as I'm 3D modeling. Okay, so start in the center. Yeah, let's start with a freaking. Could you do like a 10 by 10? Can I actually type it? 10, 10. Cool. Love that for us. And then let's go. Let's make this piece 10. Okay, 10 by 10 by 10. We have a 10 by 10 by 10 cube. Okay, so let's see if we can like carve into this thing and make it something kind of cool. So I really want gizmos and doodads for my cameras and things. I have some wireless kits that I bumped into. Fun fact, just only a full screen, big close in for this for a second. So I have some Holyland transmitters and things, and there's this issue with the pyros that I ran into that have where like the anti-twist pin insets are too shallow, and so when you screw something in and the pins hit the actual inside wall and you continue screwing, it actually pulls the mount out of the actual literally out of the monitors, not even just the wireless kits, the monitors themselves. So I want to 3D print a shim's like the wrong word, but I want to 3D print a thing that's going to like stop that from happening. But I need to wait until I get a hold of those monitors to do it. Separately, I was just taking a physical peek at the new Atomos. I'm going to go back to the cool app program here. They're all apps now. But yeah, Atomos sent a buddy of mine their Sumo 19 monitor and a couple of like wireless transmitter receiver kits. And the Atomos wireless transmitter receiver kits do not have anti-twist mounting on the bottom. And I'm like, what? That's craziness. So if I can manage to get my hands on those for any sort of period of time, I will be 3D printing a way to actually do anti-twist mounting on the bottom. But yeah, if you guys have a chance, check out the Atomos TXRS wireless video transmission kit. And if you can find an image that shows you the bottom of what they look like, which is so fun. I'm not seeing pictures on Google here of like the bottom of this thing. But if you can manage to find pictures that show you the bottom, they don't have, there's no spot for anti-twist pins. What's up, Straight Poison? Good to see you. So yeah, I'm like, everything should have anti-twist pins, and some things, the anti-twist insets are like too shallow. So I think I'm gonna start like fixing camera gear with like 3D printed couplers and pieces and things. Oh yeah, that is what I'll do today. I have a Where is it? Remember this from earlier, everyone, the household name Peak Dew. So let's go ahead and let's design this. Let's make a cage for this today. I think that's gonna be the move. The cactus, yeah, the cactus. Boom, got the cactus. I got Akira. Actually, a tiny bit more show and tell. I'm really excited about this. I'll show you another cool thing. The thing that is between the cactus and between Akira here. Or to be a total weeb, Akira. Brigitte just got me this screen accurate polygon cloud on her journeys and her travels, and he has little like posable arms, so he can do like the sweet, you know, the like move. So yeah, I'm super jazzed. I got a little polygon cloud. I'm gonna put him back, and then yeah, I wish I had a place that I could like put him like here, so you guys could see him all the time, but. But yeah, I see the cube. Yes, it goes into the square hole. They all do. Everything fits into the square hole. But yeah, at some point, like, I apparently people just keep 3D printing toys and like the same, like 3D printed fidget spinny things and like 3D printed dragons and stuff. And I'm like, wow, there's like not enough of this going on. People are 3D printing functional things. So I think it will be a service to the filmmaking community if I start showing, one, kind of like how to actually do this process, but then two, maybe make some 3D models available for everybody so everybody can enjoy the fruits of the labors. All right, so I need a longer ruler than this one. When 6 inches just isn't enough. Story of my life. So, okay, let's see here. Yeah, I only have 6-inch ones. That's all right. So it should be fine for prototyping work. Oh, what am I doing? I have real rulers. I have like 15 rulers. You guys know me. I'm a nerd. I have like 15 rulers. I'm gonna grab them. Okay. So let's rebuild this. Let's rebuild this bad boy. So our monitor here is freaking, what do we got here? Because I got to include the actual outside piece. So we're at about 170. Yeah, we'll say 173 millimeters on one side. So then how do I, oh, whoa. Okay, that's not what I meant. Oh no, how do I undo that? Oh no. Okay, okay. So I pressed P and it took me over here. What have I done? Finish sketch? Oh, okay. Oh, that was the like sketch on a certain face. That's kind of cool. So I would like to extrude. There we go. So tell me how much more I'm extruding, but I want to know the total amount of distance. Can I go negative? I can go negative. Sweet. Okay, so let's go. We'll start off as a 10 by 10 by 10. So I want to extrude this out to 173, I said. So I need to bring it out 163 more. Okay. And then let's grab this. And let's extrude this one the opposite direction. So that's the full length of the thing. See our height here. This is so cool. I'm so glad you guys are here vibing. We're all vibing, hanging out together. All right, so this one's about 97. Yeah. Let's play it safe to say 98. It's 98. I need to extrude this one an additional 88, right? To reach. Hey, look at that. So now I've got the footprint of this guy. Yeah, this is gonna be a monitor mount. That's what we're doing. Let's see if we can do it. We're gonna design it here on the stream, and then I'm gonna print it in between sessions, and we're gonna see about see whether or not it actually works. So this is the actual footprint of the thing itself. So I'm gonna have to extend beyond this to create like the clamp, but at least I have a starting shape to work with. Also out of curiosity, how thick is this bad boy? Thick with 2 C's. Zip. All right, let's see here. Y'all, I really love music. Music is really cool. It's like such good stuff. All right, so it's 9 millimeters. 9 millimeters deep. So we're actually a little bit too thick. Too much of a thick boy already. So let's go -1. Boom. All right, so now we've got, this is like the monitor, this guy in 3D space. So we now have this resolved, pun intended. So there's no, in fact, I'll show you guys here on the screen because we're just developing in real time and learning this in real time here. Where we at? Big Clifton. All right, so there is nothing on the back, nothing on one side, fucking magician. As you can see, nothing up my sleeve. I got nothing on the bottom. Technically there's little speakers, but we're not using the speakers for anything, so no problem there. Nothing on the side. The top, however, has all the buttons and plugs. So we're gonna avoid these areas on the top. And honestly, if I can just create something that'll just clamp the 4 corners so I can sort of snap it in place, I think that's gonna be the best move. So let's do that. What is a reasonable thickness for? In fact, I have a monitor in a cage up here. Let me see what the industry standard is. You managed to not knock down. Ooh. There we go. I have a Portkeys. Another unfortunate brand name, Portkeys. They're great. They make great stuff, but like it just sounds like Porky's. You know, that totally not problematic comedy from back in the day. Porky's Day. All right, so I have a Porky's monitor here in a cage, and the cage extends an extra. Oh Lord, that's like too many. It's like a very, very fine. I need a ruler that doesn't have like microns on it. I just want millimeters, people. Oh yeah, we're like a good 5 or 6 millimeters thicker than the edge of that. Okay, so I think I can beat that. Those are printing in plastic. All right, so we're gonna make this like a cross joint with like a NATO rail or something in the middle by the time that's actually done here. So this is gonna be our negative space. We need to so now I need to extrude this another. You know, let's err on the side of safety. Maybe we do start with, because I say this is like 6 millimeters on its thinnest side. Double check it. Yeah. Once you include the little bezel thing, 6 millimeters. Okay, so let's just make it 5 millimeters extra on each side. So I'm just gonna extrude one side on each, a full 10, and then this will be a cool thing if this will work in an easy way. So let's go ahead and extend this 10, and let's extend this 10 more. Bam. Now what I want to do is make a marking that's 5 millimeters in, 5 millimeters in on this corner. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Here we go. Sorry. Boom. Here we go. So I want to make a marking that's 5 millimeters in this way and up this way. So I'm going to make a mark about here, and I want to make another mark. Oh Lord. Okay, hold on. What have I done? There we go. I'm gonna make another mark that's 5 millimeters this way and this way, and then I want to draw a box, and I want to like shrink that. So I want to basically make this into a little just like bracket is my goal here. So now I have to figure out how the heck to make a mark. Is it inspect? Maybe inspect. How do I make mark making on here? Construct. Oh, good lordy. Midplane? Midplane sounds cool. What is that? Oh God. Okay, never mind. Escape. Cancel. Okay, so it's got to be like a measure tool thing, right? So if I want to go like here to here, how do I do that? How do I make marks on here? All right, to Google. How to make marks on Fusion 360 AutoCAD. Behold, as I Google things live. Sketch dimension is D? It seems... No, it's not doing anything. Cool. Well, we now verify AI review continues to suck and not have any idea what the heck it's doing. So, like, let me see if I can just... Can I just create a hole? Okay, I want a square hole, though. Not a round hole. Create a new, fresh... Create form? Oh, good lord. Okay, this is, like, not particularly user... I mean, I'm sure it's user-friendly, but everything has its own crazy... Oh, no, escape isn't getting me out of this. What have I done? Don't create a form. Oh, that's a plane, right? Create a plane here. Oh, God. Whoa. Oh, goodness. Okay, I don't want the assistant. I want to go back. I want to go back to the way things were. Finish form? Okay. Okay. Well, that's, that's an option. What if we, like, copy and paste? No. Shell? Okay. Say 5? Hey, okay. Hey, look at that. We're getting, I'll take it. So then, oh, okay. So this is, how deep do we say this is? I think we said this is 9 millimeters. So if this just went down 5, then I want to do another extrude, -4, and that should knock a hole in this. Nope. Oh God, no, not that. If I just delete that. Hey, okay, cool. Hey, we have a shell. We have a shell, you guys. So if in theory, right now, if I were to print this, I should be able to slide this monitor down into this negative shape here. That's like the theory. So let's see now. So now I would like to carve, because I don't really want this like a full, I need to be able to free up the buttons up here. So how do I like draw a line? That would be super cool. Okay, so shell was cool, but a little aggressive. Okay, oh, split face. That sounds super aggressive, but I think it's what we're looking for. Let's split face. Yeah, let's split face. What is it? Okay, I feel like I officially need to like watch a whole tutorial on this thing. Maybe that's what we do today. Maybe we'll watch a tutorial. Because I was like, oh yeah, it's a really, common and popular tool that a lot of people use. Maybe this will be kind of easy to do. And then I was wrong. These tools are not very self-explanatory. Whoa. Okay. I'm like, surely software developers would engineer these things to be like totally doable. Also, what is like sheet metal versus plastic? Oh, okay. Whoa. Yeah, this is like a whole giant, this is super involved. Thanks for watching me come through this, you guys. Maybe we just hang out and answer questions. I need to watch a tutorial and like walk through this thing with you guys when I understand what the heck is going on here a little bit better. I like fully thought this would be a little bit clearer while actually clicking through this stuff. Modify? Wait, modify is good. I like modify. What is this thing that pops up each time? I can't like do anything with this. No visible surfaces to trim. There are lots of surfaces. What are you talking about? Trim. Okay, escape. Click on this surface. Trim. Okay, yeah, I'm officially not feeling like this is the clearest software. So I'm gonna do a whole to watch a whole thing to learn how this works. So this is Fusion 360. This is by Autodesk. They also make Maya, which is probably their most known software in like the film industry. It's a 3D software. They also, I believe they own AutoCAD, which is like the big engineering software. My goal is to be making my 3D models here inside of this rather than inside of SketchUp because reasons y'all will see soon enough. But I mean, for right now though, maybe I just do this in SketchUp for a minute, and then I'll circle back and do more stuff in AutoCAD in the future. So let me just see if I can get my SketchUp running, because I'm feeling a little out of my depth with a whole new software. But that's like the whole point, right? I'm supposed to be up here like learning this. But people are gonna be like, "What on earth?" Behold how much faster I'll be able to do this in a different software that I just already know pretty well. Which is like not, again, like the goal is actually to move my whole workflow over. But here I'll show you guys here. This is so here's me inside of SketchUp. I'm gonna move my camera to the other side so you guys can see the tools I'm accessing. And bam. So here's me actually doing stuff in SketchUp. So this is easier for me just because I already know all these shortcuts. So maybe we'll make this a little less of a boring stream, and I'll start playing around in this. But my goal is to learn AutoCAD or the actual Fusion software, because that is like the industry standard for this stuff, and then be able to be a little more effective. So we said 97, I think. Yeah, 90. We'll say 97 and 170. 97 and 173. So we're going to extend that by 5 on each side. So that's going to be 107 and 183. So there's my rectangle. And then we want to extrude that up by, we're going to say, what are we doing here? This whole thing is, oops, that's inches. All right, I forgot what I came up with earlier. I think it said 9 millimeters thick it is earlier. Yeah, so 9 millimeters thick. So let's go ahead and give it, we're gonna make a real chunky version first. So it's 9. So let's go ahead and give it, for the sake of safety, an extra 5 millimeters on each side as well. So let's go 19. So then from here, I'm gonna bring this in 5 millimeters, bring it up 5 millimeters. So this is the tool I was looking for, which is about where I got stuck last time. So I can like make markings, and then from those marks, I can make a new rectangle. Skabam, and I can push, pull, and subtract. Whoops, too far. I need to actually measure that. 19. So I can push, pull, and just get rid of that. So now we have this slot that can that the monitor can drop into. This is much quicker for me. Like I said, if I knew the actual, if I knew all the commands and the shortcuts inside of Fusion, this would be me doing this in Fusion, which again is the ultimate goal and intention. But for right now, I'm just like I kind of gave up. So anyone joining at this point, I'm sorry, I jumped between softwares. So let's do 15 millimeters. Is there room on this side too for 15? Oh, maybe not. Although I'm trying to just do this for my own use for my camera. So maybe do 15 and 15. We'll do 10. We'll do 10 and 10. Okay, so in terms of the side that the camera is going to actually grip onto, not the camera, sorry, the monitor itself is going to get gripped onto. So let's bring this in 10 millimeters here, 10 millimeters here. And I actually have to do it for this way too, don't I? So 15 maybe, I think is the answer. If I were to come in 10 now, yeah, okay, perfect. And then let's do, because I made all these walls 15, which is great and consistent. So 10 and 15. Once again, 10 and 15. So, all right, so if I draw myself a little rectangle, ba-bam, and ba-bam. And there are like 15 different ways to do this. I'm just, this is just the way that I like to work. So then we want this to be, I think we're saying How deep are we again here? So 19 and it's 9. So I want to have a little lip that clips this guy into place. So let's go. Yeah, we're going to say we wanted 5 and 5, right? So let's start by saying negative 14, negative 14, negative 14, and negative 14. Okay, so now we have this little thing that we can set our monitor down into. It's going to fit into this little pocket, but we want it to have like a little lip, so it'll actually clip it and grab it on the front, and we want it to have a back area that's going to like hold it in place. So this is where, again, we're going to make sure that we are we're making little grippy spots here. So boom and boom. And actually, you know what? I should leave that one there. So now I can just push pull this. Aha! See that? Create a little lip for that to grab. Actually, I wonder if I can just do that. Maybe do that all the way around. I think that's probably the move. Yeah, let's do that. Because I don't want to I want to leave the back open just in case there's any heat to dissipate on this thing, and also, you know, save some plastic. Save some plastic, save some fishies. So let's do. And flip this guy over. Yeah, let's start with just a nice little lip here. So let's just draw a line. Also, it's nice that this will snap to the different axes. So I'm gonna draw a line, and we're going to, pull this down 5. Oh, sorry, pull it down 10. Yeah, pull that down 10. And then we'll get rid of this. And then let's do the same thing on yonder side. Again, we're going chonky for first prototype, and then we can trim it down later. We did say 5, right? No, we said 10. We're doing 10. Maybe we do 5. Maybe 5 is cooler. Let's go ahead and bring that back 5. Let's do 5. 5 seems sexier. I like 5. Never mind why. I don't know. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. 5 millimeters is like our standard across the board for how far we're taking this thing. Don't be filling in boxes for me. Too user friendly. 5. There we go. All right, now let's get rid of a bunch of these random errant extra lines, because I think it's just going to confuse the 3D printing pathing thing. Also, it's so funny when you accidentally delete like a whole thing and it's like oh no, its guts are showing, it's blood. Cool. All right, so there we go. I hope that when watching is like, oh, like he, I don't know. Clifton does like full on hand. There we go. Yeah, like I'm a filmmaker, but I also do 3D modeling. So you just never know with people. Everyone's got their own stupid human tricks and other random skills and things. And 3D modeling for manufacturing, especially for making like rapid prototypes, is my jam. All right, let's verify that we have enough space here. So this is now 14 millimeters deep, which is perfect, because now I want to create a little lip here that we could snap this guy into. So let's go down 5, as we've said before. Now I wonder if we can even... I wonder if I can get away with some sneaky biz here. Ooh, that'd be cool. It might require a little too much flexing, but yeah, it's a prototype. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, y'all. Oh, you know what? Actually, sorry. I'm like, I feel like having ideas in real time and being like, gasp. All right, so let's get another 5 here. So do 5, 5, and 5 all the way across this, because that's how big our little lip is going to be. And let's just draw a straight line across right there, and here, and here, and here, and here. Oh, lame. All right, let me try this again. I'm gonna say a rectangle from here to here. Bam, there we go. Look at that. We have a little pocket. Oh, but it didn't fill this in. I need to make sure that gets filled in. So let's, oh, what? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. Give me a block. There we go. All right, so this right here is the gap where the monitor is gonna actually fit. let's check that. 9 millimeters. Look at that. Perfect. Just like we measured it on the device itself. Let's see if we can get rid of these without the whole thing breaking. Can't get rid of that one for sure. Yeah, nice. Would you look at that? Yeah, nice. Out of curiosity, if I get rid of this, what if I get rid of that? And then redraw this rectangle. Bam. All right. Looking pretty slick. Looking like a monitor clamp over here at least. So this is how we're actually going to get this thing to hold on to the monitor itself. And then on the back side, we'll actually figure out how to do like a NATO rail mounting point, which I'll just measure a NATO rail and like draw it out that way. That way it can like clamp to the back when we want to. So I just got to make this on these 4 corners and then make a NATO rail, and then we'll be pretty good to go. I think from there, I mean, we can just roll with that. Maybe we need a NATO rail on this side and the bottom, or maybe we can get away. Maybe we can do a NATO rail all the way around. That's too complicated at this stage. I'll just do a NATO rail across the bottom and then up the back in the middle, so that we can choose to put the monitor mid NATO rail or clamp it across the bottom. I generally don't like the torque you get from the thing being clamped just on the bottom. Also, I'm gonna double check YouTube, make sure my comment section isn't getting lost. Okay, cool. Now we're all vibing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's build what we just built here on these other sides too. So let's go. We're gonna say we're down 5 millimeters for the mark again. Drawing lines. We love lines. And then a quick rectangle. Boom. All right, same deal. And then we'll do our cleanup pass here, getting rid of unnecessary additional lineage. And you can see this little, I don't know if you guys can see it like on here, there's a 1 pixel black dot. So I know there's this extra wall inside I don't really want here. Hopefully getting rid of that wall doesn't actually mess anything up with the pathing software. Oops. Hand, scroll out, rotate, scroll in. Cool. All right, and then I wonder if I just do it like this. If it's like 5. Ooh, I might do this in 1 move. And then make a rectangle from here to here. Hey, oh wait, I forgot about this underside. Oh, which automatically took care of that. Okay, so that is why I want those extra lines. Okay, that's why. That's why. So let's do it like it did a minute ago. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What the heck are we doing? Boom. Boom. That's necessary for it to finish out the under triangle that we wanted here, which is perfect. And then cleanup pass. Get rid of this extra little line inside. And the measurement thing. I really like having clean models that don't have a bunch of random extra markings and stuff around where possible. All right, 5 millimeters. Another line, another line. Also, how are you guys doing? It's been like forever. I feel like it's only been. I mean, this has been a crazy. There's been a crazy period of time. Let's transition to Big Clifton for a minute. It's been nuts, you guys. Things are moving and shaking. I'm talking to some guys about building some like physical studios and stuff here. If and when contracts get locked and loaded, I'm going to be sharing some of the journey with you guys as well. Stoked to be still working on the LUT pack for everyone too. Make sure that's available for everyone soon. But for those of you who have access to the ETTR LUT for now, it's pretty cool. But yeah, like I know I kind of went away for a minute. I think it was like it intended to be a few days. I think I was gone for like a whole week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and then we're back now. So I'm glad to be here doing the thing. We're gonna switch back to the sweet 3D software, because who doesn't love sweet 3D software? Okay, so we have our whole clamp system here now. These are probably a little bit maybe thick here, top to bottom, for the sake of doing what I'm trying to do here. But like, you know, why not? Keep it fancy. So let's go ahead and add. Let's check the measurements of these NATO rails, and let's create a standard NATO rail here. All right, let's see. Where'd my little ruler go? I really enjoy making 3D models. 3D like printable models. Well, there it is. The ruler's underneath my other ruler. All right, so NATO rails are, oh, that's 20 millimeters? Interesting. So a NATO rail is 20 millimeters thick, which is cool because I think we actually have 19 millimeters here to work with. So let's go ahead and make the this bottom wall needs to be a bit thicker for sure. Thought you went vigilante Batman mode trying to right industry wrongs. Yeah, so I'm still working on that. In fact, that is a part of the disappearing. There are some behind the scenes things where I am working to right industry wrongs. But I have to do it a little more slowly, a little more carefully, because I even spoke with my lawyer about exactly what all I could and couldn't do. And he was like, yeah, man, be careful. Some of the ideas you're having could get you in a lot of trouble. And I was like, fine. So, yes, I am still working to right industry wrongs, but it's going to happen at a slightly different pace. And it's going to be a little bit quieter. But you might notice some interesting things that end up happening with me in some particular, we'll say, brands that I'm going to be working with and things. I'm also, just so you guys know, I'm actually so I have I'll go full screen here for a minute to chat with you all. The Clifton switch. So like I have this whole thing with like before I got into working with like the name brand equipment, I used to buy and test and then send back like dozens of different like super Chinese brands that like no one's ever heard of, and finding lights that had like good color balance and things like that. And I am making it a mission of mine to basically be like, regardless of any brand interest in me or my channel, like it's one thing for me to show up on set with some like random, newer and stuff, but for my own projects, there's no reason that I don't use just like the absolute most affordable stuff. So I'm actually building this studio environment here with like super affordable stuff. Like nothing that I'm using here is gonna go out to set except for the camera itself, which is a Pocket 4K. But like everything I'm doing for my home YouTube studio office environment, basically, this is all going to be equipment that would never come to set. So when I do finish building this out, like I got the panels up now, or you guys notice this sweet texture of the wall over here. But like when this environment is all built up, there's no risk of me running into the issue of having to take this equipment and tear it down and take it to set, because this is all going to be brands that you'd never see out there. So like I have these tube lights that are super extremely off brand, and I have some I have a ring light that I'm using right now as one of my rim lights. That will be my key light. And even this soft light that's hitting me right now is a brand no one ever heard of before. So yeah, I kept running into this issue previously where I would have all of my, like my A kit would sit on only ready to go out on rentals, which we got on rentals a lot even when I wasn't there. My B kit, which were still well-known enough brand names that they would go with me to set frequently to supplement my A kit if my A kit wasn't out on rental. And then my C kit, which was still mostly known, a half known, half unknown brand names, and that's the stuff I was using to like build up my studio. But even then I would get booked for like a really big project that needed like tons of lighting gear. So even my C kit would come with me, and then the D kit would just sit on the shelf and never get used. So I basically like largely limited and donated a lot of my C kit. My B kit and A kit are now together, and that stuff is for gigs and going to rentals, and this is my D kit. So like I guess well, whatever. I guess D kits become C kit. Whatever. Either way, the stuff that doesn't go to rentals now is becoming this, and there will be like more walkthroughs and being like, here's the absolute cheapest way you can still get like really good high quality, daylight, tungsten, whatever, lighting packages and things for your home environment. So, yeah, like I mentioned before, when you go to set, there's definitely, I'm going to continue talking while I have the thing up here, my little software. But yeah, when you go to set, there's a certain amount of you can't get away with in terms of showing with unknown brands, or like very specifically, like if you show up with like Newer or like Great Video Maker, or I guess you can get away with iFootage these days, and people know Nanlux more than they used to. Yongnuo, honestly, exactly. Yeah, dude, Yongnuo is a great example. Yeah, Yongnuo and Newer are two brands that are like really well-known, super third-party, really Chinese brands that people are like, please don't bring that to my set. And so I want to make basically like the Yongnuo, Newer, like Jinbei, nice photo, digital photo, chameleon, like all these like totally random things you've never heard of. I want to have like that be basically like, these guys aren't paying me, and even if they wanted to, I wouldn't take it, because I don't want that to be like the message of my channel. But yeah, so like, I'm going to be making a lot of stuff that's like, hey, if you want to make a YouTube studio that's like bananas cheap, but still look like this, you can do that. I also just realized I've totally forgot. Wow, y'all are actually getting to see a rarity here. I just realized in my rush to get live today, because I've been chasing perfection. I don't want to chase perfection. I just want to be present for you guys. I never wear a blue shirt on stream. I'm like always wearing like my iconic like dark gray or black shirt. So this is actually kind of funny. I'm wearing my like off day blue shirt. I just realized. So yeah, you guys will not be seeing me wear this very often. I'm like, why does this look kind of weird? I'm like, I'm kind of blending with the background. Oh right, because I rushed to go live. But that's okay, because done is better than perfect, and we're not chasing perfection. And I want to be present, as I've said many times before. So right now this thing is 19 millimeters thick, 19 millimeter thick boy, and it needs to be 20, so it can be a NATO rail. So I need to make it 1 more millimeter thick. So let me just grab this whole thing and let me move it. Is that this one? Yeah, let's move it up 1 millimeter on the blue axis, which I believe, yep, that worked. And then let's just grab this whole bottom and bring it down 1 millimeter. And so now we should have, while still being flat on the base, a 20 millimeter thick boy. Perfect. All right, so we're 20 millimeters thick, and we have our nice little pocket here, the nice 5-inch border everywhere except for the back. The back part is a 6 millimeter thick buffer now. So 5 millimeters all the way around except for the back 6, which is, oh, it's gonna bother me. Whatever, fine, I'll focus on that later. So we're gonna turn this entire bottom edge into a NATO rail so it can be gripped and then slid across, and we're going to add a vertical NATO rail here so that if you want to grip this thing from the back, you can. And basically, we're just trying to make this like as streamlined and as thin as possible while still protecting the monitor screen. And then I'm also going to do probably one more super slick and cool thing, which I'll just do it. I'll just do it now because it'll be cool looking. And these edges, like nothing screams, cheap 3D model, like just straight up flat edges. So we're gonna come in. How deep is this biz? That's 5. Well, let's do 2.5 maybe. Let's do 2.5. 2.5, and we're gonna do. I have no idea if I can even make this thing work. This might be like too much. Let's clean it past. We'll do it later. I'm basically gonna make these like cornered beveled edges, but then the beveled edge has to meet at like a triangular tip here in the corner, so that's going to be like the triangular tip's going to be a little more complicated for what I'm trying to build, but this is like already going from like being like whatever, we're just going to be clunky. I want my dude shirt. That's right. Yeah, I feel like I should just be the dude. Just let my hair get super long, have like a beard, and just like wear a bathrobe while I do this. Drinking the gallon of milk. I should drink a whole gallon of milk on stream every day. That'd be so funny. And also horrible. I would get so fat so fast. All right, so for the NATO, we want to be a bit thicker still. This thickness needs to remain, so we're gonna have to add some more material, and so we're gonna work additively and subtractively. NATO is from bottom of bezel to edge. Looks like it's about 6 millimeters, maybe 7. We're gonna say 6. I really hope this works out. So we're gonna say it's 6. So let's go ahead and extend this another 6 millimeters, and we're gonna carve into this bad boy. All right, let's get the shape from the side here. So let's first off, oops, tape. That's what I want. Boom. Oh no, I don't want that. Just want to make a mark in space. 15. Okay. And from here, there we go. Okay, it'll be a nice line to work with here. All right. So then my goal is to go back to Big Clifton here for a sec. Shkabam. Yeah, my goal is to reverse engineer. Well, you really can't see that. I gotta get multiple camera setups, especially if I'm doing this, any sort of like 3D modeling stuff. I need like a macro cam setup. But yeah, I'm gonna be reverse engineering this side shape here. So like I said earlier, we're 20 millimeters thick, and this thing pinches into about 10. Oh no, sorry, 15. 15? Or 14? I think it's 14. Yeah, I think it's 14. Yeah. We'll do 15. So we're gonna do 15, and then that is, holy cow, this is like, it shouldn't be this complicated, Clifton. You can do this. So where's about 4, 3, and 4? Oh, it's like not even equal. I'll do 3 and 4. Oh man, my eyes. How many is this? This is 6. I'll just do 3 and 3, and we'll adjust if we need to. Okay, so we're gonna come in. So it's gonna make a triangle shape. Where's my NATO? Here we go. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're doing like SWA. Okay. So we're gonna come in. I think it's 2 and 4. Y'all, I'm gonna do 2.5. 2.5 and 3.5. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna make a triangle and just go for it. Okay. And then the depth matters. On both sides. It's got to be identical. 2.5. Now I'm doing this like super tight tolerances as though this is a resin print, but it's gonna be an FDM, so there's no way it's gonna be this accurate once it's actually up and running. I keep putting down this ruler and then losing it because it's a silver object on top of a silver object. Okay, and the depth of our little triangular thing is another. Oh, I guess there's like an extra bezel to take into consideration here. We're gonna say it's 3.5. Sure, 3.5. So, like so. And the depth of our bezel is 3.5. So we're going. Oh, I see. This side is 3.5. Okay, that works. So 3.5. 3.5. Measure twice, cut once, y'all. 5. There we go. And then, so that's going to create that negative space, which is sweet. And then I need to figure out this one, which is definitely smaller. I think it's probably just 2x2. 2x5, 2x5. Yeah, okay, all right. That tracks. Okay, cool. So, and this is going to be 2.5 by 2.5. All right, so check this out, y'all. This is like the coolest. So I'm just going to draw some lines between all my spots that I just did earlier. Skabam, skabam. And then we know the total length of this is 183. So we're going to push, pull, grab this. I'm just going to say minus 183. Bam. And I'm going to push, pull, minus 183. Bam. So, oh, I need to make another little, make a line here and here to fill this out. and then negative 183, and grab this triangle, negative 183. And like that, look at that. We have a NATO rail. Isn't that cool? Isn't that crazy? It's like science fiction. Oh, it's magic, as they say. All right, cool. So, instant NATO rail. There we have it. We'll see whether that actually grips or not, but I feel like it might. I feel like there's a chance. There's a chance it could grip. This is probably going to deform like crazy once we actually start trying to use this thing, but it is what it is. Okay, cool. So I think that looks pretty nice. And I'm not even going to worry about rounding that edge at this stage. I feel like even right now, we have technically sort of a minimally viable product that we could print and be like ready to go. Maybe I'll go ahead and... So and this is also where, like, at this point, I would actually go in and add along here, like, 1/4, 20, probably 3/8 inch threads with anti-twist ports, but we'll get to that later because I have to figure out how to, like, work subtractively where I, like, embed a 3D space to create a negative space for a thread. But like I said, right now we're just trying to NATO clamp things. So let's go ahead and add one more NATO clamp to this side, and we are... What do we say, 20 millimeters? So this is 183. So half of that is 91.5. 91.5 FM. All right, and then we're gonna go 10 millimeters this way. And then same biz here. 91.5. Oops, whoa, what? Try that again. Oh, I see this. My mouse is sliding. 91.5. And then we're going to go 10 millimeters this way. And then we're going to draw ourselves a nice rectangle. And we're going to get rid of these again. And we're going to say, I know, you're very unhappy with the situation. If I do that, does that take care of that? It does. Okay, well. Let me... What is our depth on this again? 6. I'm going to say that that's accurate. All right, so we're 6 millimeters. 6. 1, 6. And let's get rid of these extra unnecessary lines. Oops, not that one. Don't want to delete the whole face. Deleting face. All right, cool. So now we have our block from which to carve our second NATO rail. And this one's not free floating, so I'm curious if this is going to actually cause other issues. We'll see. Actually, wait, where are my NATO clamps at? Maybe I do need some more space because it needs to have like some tolerance, some wiggle room. Ooh, can I delete that? Nope. Maybe I'll give it another... I'll give it another 4 millimeters. Just for giggles. I'll give it another 4 millimeters. See if that creates enough room for me to do what I want to do here. So same deal as earlier, but now we actually know the measurements, which is cool. So we're going to go up... which is the smaller side is the outer one? Yeah. So we're going to go up 2.5, and then another 3.5. We're going to go up 2.5, and another 3.5. And then, what is this? Oh yeah, and then it's the same. So we're gonna go 2.5 here, 2.5 here. Oops, yeah, sorry, that was correct. And then, so it's gonna chop and then chop. So I'm gonna go 0.5 here, correct? 0.5 here. Now we're going to be like line, 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 line. And then we need to finish that out. And now we have the thing we can make a negative space with again. So much faster after you've already done the measurements, you know what you're doing. 107. 107.1. So negative 107. Boom. Look at that. 2 NATO rails. Hot, fresh, ready to order. Sweet. All right, cool. We have a nader rail on the back, we have a nader rail on the bottom, and we are ready to print this bad boy. Now, I am realizing that this just became way less printable. Because, I'm going to have to have, like, supports for this whole section now. Which I don't want to deal with, actually. So maybe I don't. Maybe I just don't have a back nader rail. I mean, you know, that kind of tracks, right? There are other. Oh man, I really wanted that back nader rail. Dang it, Clifton. This was a cool concept, but I think in practicality, this whole nader rail shape on the back actually makes this a lot more complicated. Maybe I need to print that as a separate accessory. Yeah, I may have to do that as a separate accessory later. I'm going to save this first. I'm going to switch to Big Clifton, so I don't dox myself while saving a file. Yeah, Persian used. Works for me. All right, let's see here. And this is the Peak Do monitor cage VO1. Oh, yeah, so it'll say double NATO. Double NATO VO1. Bam. And then we're going to make a version without the double NATO. We're just going to control Z a bunch and get rid of this. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can. There's enough backwards tests to do this. Sweet. Okay, cool. All right. And then we're going to save the OG as Peak Do Cage Single NATO VO1. Actually, this is kind of worth noting too. I'm just going to doxing be damned. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to say file. So we're going to stick to the single NATO version now, just so we have this, you know, minimally viable proof of concept here. This is kind of cool because it has sort of this nice little like bezel biz. Maybe I can even, you know what? Let's do a cool thing. Let's be really cool. Let's be cool, people. Let's say -5. Get ourselves a nice little yeah, -5. Give ourselves some room to make some nice design stuff here. I'm gonna try to make this look cool now. As I mentioned earlier, I was like, I want to make it all cool looking. Bam. As aforementioned. How the kids like to say. All right, so we said 5, right? Let's do. Wait, how far did I come here? Did I come in 5? Is it? It's 5. If I do 5 and 5, is that crazy? Is that crazy talk? No, I'm gonna regret that. I'm gonna do 2.5. Let's draw a line. I'm drawing a line here. All right, and then this is, we said 20, right? So let's go -20. Bam, look at that. Got these sleek little edges now. Very cool. All right, so let's do that on all sides so I don't have this awkward little corner thing going on. See, this is the thing that drives me crazy, because now I want to do it across the back as well. But then, like, to triangulate this corner to do that. And that's just way more complicated now. I really want it, though. It will look cool. It will look so cool if I do it that way. However, I guess that these edges are the most distracting ones. We'll just start there. I'm making a set for my mixtape. Yeah. Actually, Actually, that would be cool. I do want to get into. So one of the things I want to start doing too is since I'm so enjoying this, I'm also going to be, like I said, there's like a million billion things. There's no end to content for everybody. I will also be doing some Resolve stuff, but as we talked about in previous streams. But like I want to. I'm starting with resolving, fixing, whatever, pun intended, this monitor thing, because I don't want to just make a video being like, I found a monitor that works with this camera. I want to be like, oh, no, wrong tool. I want to be like, I made the cage for it too. So if anybody wants to go buy this monitor, you can also download my 3D model and have a sweet grippy cage for it. And then someone's going to alert Connor Blue or Small Rig, and they can fight over who gets to manufacture my design. Really funny. Speaking of which, I should do a Dream Rig thing. I think that'd be fun. For those of you who don't know, Small Rig has it's kind of like an open source, ongoing creator. And when I say creator, I mean like maker project where they will take your napkin sketch idea and turn it into a real physical thing. Which again, you know, little birdie hearing this from a friend of a friend of a friend, y'all are gonna want to keep an eye out. Start of August, I have a cool thing to talk about with everybody. I think you'll enjoy. Okay, cool. So that's a nice bezel, bevel. I really want to chop it like that and then slide it over and then have us meet a little triangle. How would I do that? How would I even do that? Now, let's try it like this. Let's see if this works. I've never actually pulled this off. I've always wanted to do this and I've never accomplished it. So let's see if we can actually make this work today. Because if we can, I will be a very happy camper, as they say, as the kids say. Boom, boom. Let's try that. And then, how would this even work? So it's like that. It's like that, is it? And then 2.5 again, maybe. 5. Let's see if this even works. So if I delete this, and then I guess what I would need is, I would need this halfway point, which I think I can do. So whatever this number is, okay, 3.53, okay, there has to be a way to like divide that in two. Oh wait, there is, right here. Boom. Or it just kind of already defaults to the middle point. Okay, that's great. So midpoint here to boom. So I do that, and then that, and then that, and then that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think I just did it. I think I just did it for the first time ever. Oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on. Oh, you guys, I'm freaking out here. This is like exciting. 12.5. So if I was like, so I grab this face, I said negative 12.5. I've never done the corner bevel before. Look at that. That's so pretty. I can get rid of this line now. I did it, you guys, I did it. I did the triangle corner bevel. Look at that. Ah. I'm sorry, I'm like geeked. I know this is like probably not that exciting, but like this is great. I have designed so many things and printed so many things, and I've never accomplished that corner bevel before. That it's like it's the little things, you guys. Look at that. That's beautiful. Gorgeous. I'm so happy. Happy nerd sounds over here. Okay, I just gotta replicate that over here now. Dang, that's cool. Beveled edge. The beveled edge. Yeah. If I ever do a channel dedicated just to 3D models exclusively, I'll call that channel The Beveled Edge. That's so slick. No, don't let SketchUp in the location. Get out of here. Okay, sweet. We love that, the beveled edge. Y'all, that's so nice. So nice and sleek. Okay, so then I guess I can leave this part like it is for now. Wow. See, beveled edge is meeting at a corner. I'm so pumped right now. Okay, I'm gonna stop admiring my work and just replicate it on 4 more sides or 3 more sides. I'm gonna leave the bottom like it is though, where it's all like just flat all the way across, because this is an easier printable surface. And then like I said, we can. Oh, but now I have the challenge within me to do it all the way around. I feel like the 3D printer can handle a 45-degree beveled edge without getting all messed up for that short of a run. Thank you, Straight Poison. I appreciate that. It does have a premium look. I'll do it all the way around. We'll see if that botches the print or not. All right, cool. We're gonna stick to it then. It does have that premium look. It feels it feels less like 3D printer, blocky, chunky prototype. It feels a little more like, you know, actually intentionally designed. All right, I'm sure that there's probably like a super easy, like one click, like you know, procedurally generate beveled edge button, which I am just not privy to, and it is what it is. All right, so 2.5. Oh, look at this. This thing knows what I want. So here to here, and then delete. Oh, so slick. And we go like that, and we go like that. Oh, that went way faster that time. Is it still negative 12.5? It sure is. Oh man, from not knowing how to do it to like being like kind of proficient at it really fast, I'm feeling mad accomplished right now. I'm feeling so accomplished right now. You have no idea how happy I am that this is actually working. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, sweet. Okay, sweet. You keep it together, Clifton. Be cool. Be aloof. This is the internet. Everyone on the internet's really cool, and everyone on the internet knows how to do everything right out the gate. Right? Everyone was born super good at everything. No one gets to watch each other learn how to do stuff. All right, let's bevel. Maybe the bottom doesn't need the bevel as much, because I feel like we're maybe I do. Let's bevel like crazy. We're getting bevelly. These are the bevelly hills. I'll see myself out. Okay, and then down to here, and then from here to here, and then from here to here. Oh, I guess I need to make this one. Bam. Ah, so cool. Oop, oop. There we go. All right, and then boom to boom, and then it's there. I'm like doing stuff that I fully instantly doing things that you guys can't really see happening inside of the software now. Leveled up and unlocked the beveled edge. Exactly. FF7 Victor song. I should actually make that. Well, see, I would make that a soundbite, but then I think I'd get my stuff taken down immediately. It's such a shame. I guess you can like show things more on YouTube than you can play sounds. So I'm like, I would love to make that a soundbite that I could use. Maybe I'll make like a crappy discount version of that sound effect, and then use that for things. Oh wait, what is this one? How far down does this go? 14. Bam. Oh, it's kind of slick looking with the beveled edge. Like how far do I keep beveling? Do I just keep beveling and beveling? It does look premium. I think the more bevels, the better. Also, this opportunity, bro beveled up over here. All right, where are we at here? What is this actual number? Oop. Endpoint to endpoint is a 178. Okay. Negative 178. Haha. And this whole random line can disappear now. That rules. Oh, that is slick. It's freaking slick. 2020 hindsight, I probably should have just made this. Whatever. No, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're good. That's slick. It's good. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. I'm having a great camp experience, you guys. All right, so we're going to go 2.5, 2.5. We come down to 2.5, 2.5. Get in there. Connecting these dots invisibly behind the scenes. Deleting the unnecessary walls. Checking the length here. Going 10 millimeters. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. Honestly, if I could bevel this thing like all the way around, that actually will make it easier to snap in also. I'm totally gonna do it. Oh, it's gonna be so nice looking. Bevel. There is probably a much easier way to do this than I'm doing it right now, but we're all discovering. This is where I've gone like fully into just territory I don't really understand in the software that I'm like, let me teach you guys how to use this. So if I, okay. So I want to slide this over to here. So, whoa, the bevels might start getting weird. So I need this to come down to here. And over to here, and then that point needs to meet here. And then this goes to here. And if I say negative 2.5 here, okay, now I have this. So then, see if I meet the end of my bevel capabilities or not. And then that meets there, and that comes straight down here, and that goes here. Does that work? I have no idea. I'm going to totally biff this thing or not. Surely. Is that going to work? Wow, that's a really janky way to do a bevel, but I think I technically just managed to take that all the way around. Whoa. I will take it. Dang. I don't even know how to describe what I just did either. Like if someone was like, teach me how to do that, I was like, I cannot. I don't even know if I can replicate that. Is this the frame side? Oh, this is the frame side. This is the back side. This is the back. This is the side that is going to face us, where the monitor is facing this way. These edges are going to clip over the outer frame corners. So like this stops it from falling backwards through it, and we're looking at the front of it here. And so it's going to mount across the bottom so that the monitor can sit up above the camera. I'm just making bevels now because I'm all geeked that I'm able to do this. And then yeah, I'm gonna stop the bevel here. I'm not gonna bevel this little lower edge because I want to make sure that it snaps into the corners nicely. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and replicate this, which is probably the most complicated part because it doesn't just replicate over here. I'm like, can I even just start drawing triangles and let it? How on earth did I even do that? You know what? Maybe let's draw a rectangle here. I'll start there because that looks similar. Another rectangle here. I'm just drawing similar shapes now because I'm like, I'm not 100% sure how I just did any of that just now. What the heck? Did I do one of these moves? Yeah, I must have. Dude, I'm already like, how did I do that? I had to rewatch my own video. Okay, I think let's. Okay, that needs to become a triangular corner. Yes. Okay, I see. I think I see. So this goes 2.5 to here and then down to here. And then this goes from here to here and then here down to here. And then to here. I think let's start by getting rid of this, which I think is a part of the plan. And then draw a triangle here. Okay. That looks like the same bevel. The good, because the only real way I've seen to mount that monitor with MagSafe type, I see. Or motorcycle. Oh, interesting. Motorcycle phone mounts. Yeah. So like, if I were doing this like properly, I would be building this actually in pieces and then using metal screws to to actually create a shell that slides around the edge of the phone or monitor and like clamps, actually screws into place. That's how you like actually attach cages to cameras and things. But I really want this to be like a snap-in solution that's really easy. So I'm really relying on the natural flex tolerance of the plastic that I'm printing this. So I'm actually using the material to my advantage to create a situation where I can snap this in on the corners. Because the monitor itself is like, I mean, it's like weightless. It weighs less than a phone. It's very, very lightweight. So I'm not concerned about the weight of the monitor actually trying to like jump out of this thing. I'm pretty much keeping it just sort of. Yeah, I'm just leaning into the actual properties of what I'm dealing with, what I'm working with. Okay, so now I basically just want to do this again. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then let's draw a line from here to here. And that should allow me to just start deleting faces, I think. Oops, I think I need to put another line here to here. Ha! Oh, I did it. Yeah, I'm fully going to like rewatch myself do this again later so I can see what I did to accomplish this thing I've always wanted to do. And I finally did it. Wow. Wait, did I even... Oh, I think there's a whole line I don't even need over here. Whoa, I did this in two different ways. There's two different bevels, I think. Dude, what did I just do? Oh, because there's one more piece of the bevel I didn't do. Okay, I see. I see what I did or didn't do. This part I'm missing. It's that part, I think. Boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. Final bevel. So 11.5. So if I push this negative 11.5, is that even close to what I did over here? Yeah, that looks like that's. Oh, I really hope these are the same size. If I just made this different, so 2.5, 2.5. Okay, yeah, I did it. Okay, we are equal. We are equi-beveled, I think, on both sides now, right? Oh, because there's this extra line here. I'm like, why does it look different? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think we're sweet. We did it. That does look much nicer. The beveled edges, man. Making two beveled edges meet in a corner has actually been a challenge for me for so long. It's probably the best monitor for the Super Mini Pixis rig. It really is. Yeah, I'm really stoked, and it's like 100 $20, I think, for this thing, rather than being like 500 for a 5-inch. So yeah, I'm really excited to see once I get a hold of because I've had it in my possession a few times. I just don't own one, the 5-inch Pixels monitor, but I want to do like a brightness and sharpness check between the two, because I'm sure there's a reason why this thing is as cheap as it is. I'm sure it isn't as good in terms of getting like truly critical sharpness and being able to focus pull nicely off of it. But like, there are tools like focus peaking and stuff too. So, and that's a fine beveled edge there. What if I did? So like, if with this overhang, I think I'm actually gonna need support on these. So maybe I'm gonna see if I can do another little trick and hack that might save me. Let's do an arc. Boom, boom, and boom. How do I do this? Other way around, please. I want that exact arc. Maybe do it. Hold on. 10. Oh no! Don't resize the model. What are you doing? 10. Right there. Okay. So then we're gonna draw an arc. Where's my arc? Okay, so I want to be here, and then draw an arc. There we go. Oh, that's the move. Check it out. So now we're going to go up. How deep is this thing? I said 5, right? Yeah. -5. Look at that. That should be even better for just barely clipping into the corners. Yeah, boy. And that should also help with, what are you doing? That should help with our other overhang concern as well. Good Lord. Hold on, I've confused the model. There you go. Oh no, don't do that. I want to be on this. Yeah. That should be nice. It's 7 inches. Yes, correct, straight poison. It's a 7-inch monitor, which is super nice. There's not currently an official Blackmagic 7-inch monitor, so it's pretty sweet to have this thing like it is. In this case, I think actually hilarious. I'm going to unbevel this part so I can do the same arc on all 4 corners. I think that's going to be nice for the snap in. This has gone from the functional measurements to the to just like full on design time. So I want to be 10, I said. And then A for arc. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Is it not A? A is apparently circle. Oh, I chose the wrong. Oh, 2-point arc. I don't want a 2-point arc. So I'm gonna start here, go to here, draw an arc. Oh no. Oh no, I biffed it. Regular arc, not 2 points. No. We go back here. Oh no, what have I done? Fudge. Let's say 360, 180. See, 90-point arc. Is that going to be too many points? See if that's too many points. Too many points. Go 45. 45-point arc. Okay, 45-point arc it is. And I'm going to say -5. Nice. Love it. Oh, it's so funny to have to now de-bevel this edge. For all that work. I was so proud of myself too. Whatever, you guys saw it. You know I can do it. Yeah, I guess I can leave that part. It's this part that needs to become. Oh, dang it. No, I do have to make that part. Dang, I have to thoroughly de-bevel this thing. Boo. Boo hiss. Let me just move this piece now. Okay. Just have to de-bevel. Just a de-bevel. What a shame. All that lovely bevel work wasted. I think it's 5. No, it wasn't 5. How far is it? 2.5. What a shame. My disappointment is immeasurable in the fact that I had to debevel this thing. I was so excited. I had I had all the bevels figured out. It's all right. Because it's the cost of it's the cost of progress. Okay, how do I have this one? Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So this needs to be flat to here now. Heartbreak. Pain. C'est la vie. Okay, there we go. Debeveled. That was actually a lot of work to debevel that. Oh no. Wait, what? Why would that happen? Oh, right. I'll delete this space. You can hear the disappointment in my voice. I had to debevel. Why? That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so those bevels work up until that point, and then still looks slick. And these curves are gonna help a lot. Okay, debeveling round 2. Well, let's go ahead and make marks. This will make my life a lot easier. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually just saving a ton of time in the debeveling process. 2.5. Oops. And then how far down does this go? 13. Well, it's a really random number. I don't like that. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody, while I rebevel and debevel and do all this good biz. Oh, I see. You can draw a rectangle from here to here. And that'll do it. There we go. How long do you think it'll take to print? Maybe a few hours. It's a pretty. So if if it was a resin print, it would be very fast. Because with a resin printer, in fact, I'm gonna do big Clifton so I can do some hand gestures at you guys. So with a resin printer, the whole bed lowers down into the vat, and then each layer of the print is projected one entire layer at a time. So with a resin printer, if you have a very wide and very flat thing, it actually prints very quickly because it's only a certain number of layers, and the entire layer gets printed at a time. With an FDM printer, which is the spool style, it actually has to the head has to travel along. So total surface area matters more than like height. So I used to have a really good measurement in my head about how long it would take things to 3D print with the resin, because I did resin printing for a while, but now my 3D printer's in my office with me, and I can't have the resin because it's super toxic. So yeah, basically I have to rely on sorry, I just drive that across the screen. We have to rely on, I'm gonna drag that back. Whoosh. Yeah, I'm relying on like whatever the printer tells me, but I don't know, maybe a couple hours once it's started. That's one of the nice things about 3D printing is like it actually, it's kind of funny. It makes you kind of lazy in like really specific ways, because we all get used to buying stuff that we got to buy for film, especially like on Amazon, and when you get into 3D printing, it's like, okay, so I can either wait 2 days for whatever it is I'm doing to arrive via Amazon, or I can have it in like 2 to 5 hours, depending on how complex and how like big your print is. Sometimes a print can take up to 8 hours, but this isn't a particularly like gigantic or overly complex print, so I don't think this is going to take 8 hours. It also depends on the level of. Oh yeah, I actually wanted that to be the other way. It depends on how much, like how like detailed it's going to be. So since this is kind of just sort of a blocky prototype sort of deal. Wait, how does this one terminate? Oh, like that. Okay, I see. Yeah, so like this one really doesn't need to be super detailed and like fancy. So I can let this be a pretty rough print and not worry about the texture being like hyper smooth or the layer lines being really small. So I could probably kick this out in, I don't know, maybe a couple hours. We'll say. Although it is kind of large. The footprint's kind of large. Maybe 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. We'll find out. Because our 3D printing software will also tell us. Our slicer, as they say. Okay. Okay, so all that work is done to de-bevel. And it doesn't appear to have any issues. So let's go ahead and make ourselves another angle here. So how far is this? 10. Okay, so we're going to come out 10 millimeters again. We're going to make ourselves another arc, which is going to be 45. We're going to go from here to here, and we're going to arc. No! I went 2-point arc. Dag nabbit. Okay, 2-point arc. A. And 45 sides. So boom. What are you doing? So go from here to here, and then arc. There we go. Man, it's like weirdly challenging. All right, cool. All right, same biz here. I'm gonna measure out. What did I say? It was 10? Yeah, 10. Now we're gonna get out our arc again. Here to here, and then nope. Why you gotta be that way, arc? Arc, you're driving me crazy. Arc. There we go. I feel like I don't trust it anymore. Yeah, I keep defaulting to 12. There we go. 45. Boom, boom, and then arc over to here. Okay. Really? 45 was too high? It wasn't too high earlier? Pluto wasn't too small for your mom, NASA? Fine. Let's do... How many did that just make it? That's 9 enough points. Let's say 30 then. Okay, this is driving me crazy. Let's see how it looks real quick. -5. Ah, that's fine. Smooth enough. Okay, so I think that we're in a good place for our first prototype before we try to do anything else fancy. I feel like I took a nice long detour there to do some edge beveling madness, which I then had to undo some of so I can get these nice little arcs. But yeah, that should be fine. These overhangs shouldn't be too crazy. If I wanted to be like, I'm not even saying nothing. If I want to be nothing or good, I think we're good. I'm gonna stop fussing with this thing. I'm just gonna go print it. If it needs to create overhangs, we'll do that. So now I go file, and we export. And again, I'm gonna redo this later when I actually learn SketchUp, because SketchUp is the one to do for sure. Yeah, this will be worth actually making a proper like edited video where I like film the 3D print and then like snap it into place and then attach it to the camera and let everyone see the final product, and it's gonna be really slick. So let's export 3D model. We're gonna do it as a I think I like OBJs, right? Or should it STL? I think STL is more universal. So we're gonna say options. Okay, that's all good. Export. Done. So let's go ahead and bust out our Elegoo slicer, because Elegoo is our 3D printer of choice. And let's see if this imports or if anything's going to get all weird. Boom. Let's go ahead and add a file here. Where are we at here? File. Import. Import STL. And I don't need Benchy. This is where I'm totally doxing myself here. All right, so P2 monitor cage STL. There it is. Boom. So there are 4 non-manifold edges. Yeah, repair. Let's see if we can it repair it. Hey, it can. It repaired it. Nice. So there you go. We have our 3D model on the printer in 3D space that we just designed and developed ourselves, and we're gonna print this bad boy and see if it has any issues. Because if it doesn't, then super heck yeah. I'm actually I don't have any spools loaded up right now, but I'm gonna turn my printer on, and I mean, you know what? While we're here, maybe this will be kind of a nice ending point for the stream. I'm gonna put a spool in and fire this thing up, and I'm just gonna like print to it, and we're gonna see what happens. Cause like I feel like we're in pretty good shape here for actually just hitting print and seeing how the day goes. Yeah, then I'll have to like post an update video later on, because like I could actually export the G code, but realistically the 3D printer has actually has like Wi-Fi connection and stuff, so I can print directly to it over the network. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna put a power cable in this 3D printer. I'm even gonna turn off the me part, so you guys can just stare at this 3D design and enjoy this sweet music while I crawl around and plug in the cables in the ground. So 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. Enjoy the music. Look at this beautiful 3D model that we came up with. For the record, this is going to be opening a container of 3D printing filament. Nothing untoward happening over here. I keep it in a zippy bag with some drying material. That one? Totally that one. All right. We are loading up our spool as we speak. Load. All right, cool. I can turn my camera back on. All right, cool. So now the 3D printer is back there whirring away as it's heating up. So I had to actually put the... I'll have to make a whole... Maybe worth the whole video later on. But like... Yeah, basically I had to put the spool into the printer, and now it's like heating up the nozzle, and it's going to pull the spool in and like kick out, you know, some extra material and stuff, and be ready to actually print with. And then we're going to send over our 3D model. All right, let's slice this real quick. First of all, let's go ahead and say extra draft, because I'm curious how fast it'll go. But so this actually I'll show you the screen again so you guys can see, because I want to answer this question you had about how fast it's going to take to print too. So we're going to switch this back. So basically, there's different settings here on the side for like presets, right? So there's like fine, optimal, standard, right? So we're going to go extra draft because we want this thing to basically print like crazy fast. I just want this to be ready as quick as possible. So like it changes the height of the layers. So in terms of like how fast it comes out, it'll like spit out more of the material as it's actually moving really quickly. So let's just kind of let it do its thing. Preset settings work for me, and we're printing it in clear because I'm having kind of like an obsession right now with clear filament. So everything I'm printing in clear for right now because I think it's neat. So we're going to do that, and let's go ahead and slice it. Skabam. And this is super cool. You can actually see every single layer by like dragging the slider, so you can see how many layers it is. So this is a total of, how many layers is this? 72. That's it? 72 layers? That rules. Yeah, nice. So based on this information, it's gonna give it a little ground mount. But I'm not getting any warnings as far as I can tell. Or does it? Wait, does it have a warning? It seems it has some floating regions. Oh, see. All right, so let's go ahead and build a little support for it then. We're gonna enable supports, and we're gonna reslice. All right, so now it's gonna build these little like funky tree things that are gonna help support those overhang sections to make sure they don't like fall off. And then yeah, we should be good to go there. Rough draft mode, I'm here for it. Yeah, seriously, I'm impatient. I want to go as quick as I can. I know there's a way to like adjust. What if I say normal? Normal? What's normal look like instead of trees? Oh, where it puts them in the middle. Oh no, the trees are better. Yeah, let's do auto trees. I think trees are cooler. Because when they come out, they look like coral or like veins. They're like kind of spooky. I like it. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll see how like janky this thing comes out or not. Is it all loaded? It's loaded. Confirm. Love that. Love that for us. Okay. Triple checking here. Quality good. Yeah, all this other stuff is good. We're on rapid PETG, which is what we're working with. Support's good to go. We're all sliced. No more warnings. We love that. I don't even have to export. I can just send it straight to the printer. Print this boy. Print. And we're going to pick our printer, which I've already got bound to the software here. Look at that. Centauri Carbon 2. Upload it to the printer page. Print it. Yeah, 72 layers. So yeah, 1 hour and 3 minutes. So hey, yeah, but it's a 1 hour print. So it's cool is like, yeah, if I was like mass manufacturing these, this would be a concern that it takes that long. But for like a one-off, it's sick to be able to be like, oh, instead of waiting 2 days for send a show from Amazon, if I have a 3D model, I can just print it in like an hour. So like, yeah, between 1 and 2 hours from now, I'll have this thing. And the reason I'm using PETG, so this matters, because I am going to be, I think one of the things I really think is, you know what, because I mentioned earlier the whole righting the wrongs of the industry thing. I think that one of the things that we as filmmakers can do, and really anyone anywhere can do to sort of get ourselves away from the hyper-consumerism of whatever brands that are out there that we are mercy to, especially when it comes to like rigging and caging and stuff. Like we can 3D print our own things. And when it comes to simply like just measuring something like, oh, I need this object, I can like measure the negative space I need to fill and then just like build the model and hit print. And now, yeah, you don't have to like, you have to adjust the way you want to make your rig because you don't have something that couples a certain way. And obviously you don't want things like, you know, you don't want a 3D printed tripod or like a 3D printed top handle, because then, especially for something like a big rigged out cage, it might shear. But like this, you know, this super lightweight monitor inside of a cage that's going to be like much more durable, I think this is totally fine. So especially for like rapid prototyping, this is good. Or like small things, couplers, spacers, so on and so forth. And if this cage ends up working out really well, then yeah, I mean, this becomes something to discuss for sure. So upload and print, boom, let's go. Looking for group, LFG. Let's see if it starts. Do. There it goes. I even have this I have a slick little camera in here. I'm gonna move little Clifton on the screen here, so you guys can see this slick little camera. Boom, bam, boom, here. So yeah, there's actually like a little camera inside the printer. So while it prints, I can actually monitor what's going on, which I actually have access to this remotely too. So I can actually remotely tap into this on my phone. I think there's a way to do this. So I can actually watch the print come out. And you can actually set it to, like, what is it called? You can set it to like let you, like record it as a time lapse. But the internal camera sucks for recording time lapses. You need a lot more light than it has naturally. Like there's a light inside there, but I need to actually like push light into it on purpose. Also, I'm over here. Is it going? Okay, I see I've switched over here, but I'm like, is it actually printing? Oh, I have to actually click start print. Sure, start print. Yeah, off of the PETG. Let's do it. Using the textured side. Let's go. There we go. Now it's starting. So yeah, now it's going to heat the bed up. It's going to start the print. So, and that's about 2 hours of hanging out. So I'm going to switch back to Big Clifton. And yeah, here we are. So that was a nice 2 hour stream. I know I started off being like, I'm going to learn this other software in real time with you guys, but that ended up being a bust because I actually wanted to get this print finished today. So I'm going to Learn Fusion on my own. Like I said, it's much more industry standard. If I want to work with other people, I need to know Fusion. No one that I know uses SketchUp. Literally no one that I know uses SketchUp. So unfortunately, this is like a situation where like if you are doing your own video editing, you can use Sony Vegas if you want to, or like, you know, iMovie. But if you want to be a part of like an industry system, if you want to be in a position where you can hand something off to someone else in the process or receive a file that you know how to open, you need to learn the industry standard tools. And Fusion 360/Fusion is actually free as long as you're using it for personal projects. So that is what I'm doing, is personal projects. I'm not selling these 3D prints, and I'm not doing, you know, whatever with this stuff. So like right now, the point of this is, you know, personal project 3D printing. I'll be making 3D models available once I verified they actually work. And yeah, so like right now I fall within the confines of like the personal project, you know, tier for Fusion 360. If I end up obviously making money on it, then I'll just pay for the license. But it's nice that there is a free option. So that is why, even though I just showed you guys my extremely cool skills in SketchUp specifically, I don't recommend learning SketchUp if you don't already know it. So, so that's my 13th reason why I don't know this reference. Oh, Sony Vegas. Okay, I see. Yeah, no, I know Sony Vegas. That was, yeah, when I very first got into video and I was like, okay, I'm a photographer. I'm gonna learn how video works. I'm just gonna like film random things and cut it to music. I like had this like free license for Sony Vegas, and I was like, well, it seems like a professional software because it's expensive. I have a free license, and I like learned Sony Vegas first, and then I was like, oh, no one uses this, and I had to learn other stuff before eventually switching to Resolve for everything. So yeah, that's so funny. Oh, here's another one, by the way. So, the Sony FX5 has the same problem, I believe. So a friend of mine was telling me, has the same problem as the FX6 and 9. The top handle that has like an XLR connection and stuff. Basically, for some reason, they made their mount that clips onto the outside of a shotgun mic is like made for, I don't know what generation of shotgun mic that's like fatter around. So like you have to get these little inserts, and I'm just gonna like 3D print like a semi-malleable plastic insert ring that goes into that. So if anyone, yeah, I'm gonna base it off of this insert here, and I'll make that 3D model available for people who have FX5s to be like, hey, if you have an FX5 and you want to fix this thing, it was starting to move. I'm gonna transition back. Check it out. Look at it go. It's like making decisions and doing things. So cool. But yeah, like that's the kind of stuff that I want to fix the weird manufacturing stuff that's going on with a bunch of different products. Right now, obviously this is for the monitor that was never designed to do this. So in this instance, we're taking something that was not designed for film and we're making it film friendly. Other things are going to be like, oh, common issues with like ergonomics of cameras or attachment points. We're going to fix those, and we're going to make models available for people, which also means I'm going to be actually filming some intentional A-roll and B-roll, Mr. On cues, that I'll be nudging for some feedback and or assistance with. So yeah, basically, I'll be putting together some stuff. It's gonna get like noisy and annoying in here pretty quickly because this printer. I mean, it's not like super loud, but it makes enough noise that it'll be worth running an errand instead of sitting in here trying to talk to you guys. Well, it's like all the time. I guess you guys can hear it. It's actually not that loud. These used to be way louder, and they used to be like they weren't enclosed. So like this is enclosed, it holds the heat in, so it minimizes warping, and they used to be so obnoxious to sit in the room with. But PETG is like one of the least toxic kinds of filament you can use. Two, I have an exhaust fan. Actually, it's like a window clip-in fan that specifically the fans are pointing outward. So I have an exhaust fan attached to my window directly above and to the right of my 3D printer. So as the 3D printer prints with the least toxic filament I could find, it's also being pulled out the window immediately. So that is a part of the thing, is as I get more into doing this stuff and like hopefully inspiring people to just get a 3D printer and learn a little bit of 3D modeling. Again, not from a like 3D modeling and then like making characters move, because like that's a whole different thing, is character design 3D modeling for like film and animation, but specifically 3D modeling just like blocky things to make your life easier. I want to inspire people to get into that, and I want to I'll have to make a demo video being like how I have my room set up so it's actually safe to sit next to this 3D printer. And I did verify that with some people who do 3D printing on the regular and know a lot about it, who are like, oh yeah, no, how you described it, they have that set up. They're like that's a good system. I think you're safe to sit next to that. So because obviously I don't want to poison myself, and I also don't want to lead to anyone putting yourself or your pets or your family in danger breathing toxic fumes. So there are materials that are super impressive industrial grade things that I will be avoiding using and avoiding building parts with, because I don't want to, like, ABS is out. I don't want anyone to get like ABS poisoning. So yeah, that's today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out. This is great. I really appreciate you guys. This is dope. It's good to be back and up in here doing stuff. I will pop back in on Friday, and we'll see what we cover on the day. This is the variety show, so I really love doing these live. I know that's like you know, the YouTube algorithm is designed specifically for edited content, but I'm really enjoying just kind of hanging out, y'all. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will speak with you guys on the Discord. I'll send picture updates once this thing is done, and then do like a little video on it later. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much again, and I will catch you guys next time.